What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zoo November. The Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by your everyday noise area. Uh, it is it is time for some shenanigans. Before we get it started, we'll go ahead and give a shout out to the awesome crew of Patreons, including Michael, Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time, our newest Patreon. Welcome aboard. Hopefully, you're getting used to some of your benefits and stuff like that. But these guys help me keep doing a lot of crazy things. And
I wonder if his call sign changes when the time does.
Very funny, very funny. And also over here, we're going to pop over to the Adventure Club. Thank you very much, Kent, for the off-stream donation in the Buy Me a Coffee. And that's where everybody's standing in the Adventure Club. No big moves as of yet since last Wednesday, but we'll see what goes on with that. What's going on, Mike?
Not much. Not much. We do have some interesting news, but I'll tell you later.
Okay. Top secret stuff. Top secret
stuff.
All right. Well, Dan, before I asked you what's up, I was told that I should probably ask you what's up with sausage in your gullet.
Oh, it's really good. They got sausage on the outside of the park. Sausage on the outside of the park. Let me get my damn words together. Across the street from the park entrance is a Stripling's general store, and they sell sausage and ribs and what have you, right? And it's a tradition every time we go to Georgia Veterans State Park, because I used to fish there every damn weekend. So it's a tradition that you stop at Stripling's and you get you some damn sausage. So, sausage in my gullet.
So yeah, I was told totally wrong, because I was told if I said that you would laugh your butt off. So
I'm trying not to.
Evidently he did. Evidently, he didn't even find it funny, y'all. Anyway, what's going on with you?
Not a lot, man. Did a couple of activations at Georgia Veterans over the weekend, working towards my kilo. And the second person ever to get a kilo at that park happens to be in our chat right now. He got his kilo out there today. That is Ken, Kilo Quebec 4, Golf Echo Charlie. Strong 5'9". Very first kilo, got it, and only the second person at that park to have a kilo. So that's awesome.
That's awesome. Great job. Everybody likes a kilo. Good to see you, Sandy and Brent in the chat popping in there. Their chat's filling up pretty quick. For myself, I've been doing a little bit of everything this weekend. It's been a great weekend. So of course I've been activating like a madman. And if you don't understand what a madman means, maybe I'll explain it a little bit when I get to the Saturday. But it started out Friday, activated all day, and then Friday evening, I went to the Rib Fest. And let me tell you, I had a big, huge plate of ribs and brisket, and I couldn't move very much after that plate.
You know, I have to ask about the brisket.
You're going to ask, and I will tell you, it gave it a run, but Eddie is still the champ. And Eddie, I will say, this come from a award-winning franchise out of Texas, actually.
Wow.
So I don't know if they won for their brisket or their ribs, though, but I know they had lots of awards stretched out everywhere. So, but it was really good stuff. Got the brisket and the ribs, and what did I get with it? Oh, mac and cheese and baked beans.
I was about to say it has to be mac and cheese or coleslaw, one of the two.
Yeah, I'm always out on the coleslaw. I'm not a big coleslaw person, but needless to say, I filled that up, and then I went to the hotel and got in the hot tub, which made me even worse. And after a little bit of hot tub, and I'm snoring like a sailor, I guess. And get up Saturday morning, and I head out to the Mothman Festival. My evil twin brother. I was good. I was good to see my evil twin brother, the Mothman. Got to hang out with Michael Myers a little bit, and he stuck a knife to my throat and said, "Either you go kill some POTA, or I'm going to go kill you." So
That'll work.
I left the Mothman Festival and did 2 parks. Left there, went to my grandson's game. Was at that game till about 9 o'clock at night. Then went out last night and did not 1 but 2 really late shifts. I think it was like 12:30 or 12:40 when I was done with the second one. So
I think I think Kyle forgot what day it was.
Chipotle. No, it's not Chipotle. That's he's way off. He's probably just all tore up because he's getting ready to go on this POTA road trip with Jason Ham Radio 2.0 and.
Yeah, I think Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong because you know better. I think the stream is at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight. Is that correct?
It is. I can tell you it is at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, over on 2.0's channel, they're going to be talking about their roads. Check it out.
So I want to know how they're going to get their pileups in because they're flying to Connecticut. How are they going to get all them parks in between? Like you got to be really quick when you're flying over a park to get 10 contacts.
That's true. Yeah.
You might want to spot with my call sign, Kyle. Oh, and speaking of POTA errors, last week on the show, I kind of went on a little rant, and
no,
I don't normally rant like that, but it felt so good. I think I'm just going to do it again. So at one point during this week, I know a lot of you hunters don't realize this, but when you're out activating, you're setting up, and you got mosquitoes biting you, you got the sun beating down on you, you're in really poor cell phone service, if any at all, and then you're fighting. On top of that, you're fighting to get a frequency with every QSO party and every lid and everything else. And you finally get one, and you hurry up and spot, and you hit CQ. Well, that's a big old fat thumb, and that's what I send that stuff with. And sometimes I make mistakes. So I made a mistake. Instead of putting 5584, I put 5484. Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal. About midway through the activation, Craig says, "Hey, are you in Maryland?" And I'm like, "No, I'm in West Virginia." And, so he fixes the spot. No big deal.
Yeah.
And to be polite, I go on the POTA webpage, and, I say, if you thought you worked me in 5484, I was actually in 5584. And, people come on there and they're like, "Oh, I fat finger stuff all the time." Everybody's just all really daggone cool and this, that, and the other. And one guy, I don't even remember his name, don't care to even remember his name, but he gets on there and he's like, "Have you ever tried proofreading? It works really good."
Let me know who that was, because I'm going to scrutinize every damn one of his posts from henceforth.
Well, I don't even remember who it was because I ain't carrying a grudge. But
That's funny.
Instead of really going off like a madman, like I felt like doing, I was just like, I clicked reply and I put 80 meters much. That's all that's all I'm gonna say about it. But yeah, I don't have time to proofread every little thing I do. So I really don't care if somebody did get upset. I'm so sorry, but the thing was, my log went in correctly. People got credit for the park that I was in. And, even the parks, every park to park I got that day, I went back and checked, and they all went through because we fixed it. So, it's right back to that page, that POTA Facebook page, where there's a group of people on there that just want to quarrel and complain about everything. That is like the 7,200 Facebook group is what it needs to be changed to. I mean, it's absolutely crazy all of the complaining that they do on there.
That's
I mean,
pretty
they complain about what awards we have, what awards we don't have, what. I mean, they complain about everything. So I mean, I'm so sorry that I have a fat thumb. You know, maybe you should try going out and activating like 100 parks in a week and see if you remember every number right every time and see if you get them all right. Just food for thought. Just food for thought. Oh, but yeah, I don't know what's wrong with people. And
so
I probably
I shouldn't email you about that park in Maryland that I don't have credit for yet.
you know, you can email me all you want, but that was the whole point of me being nice and letting people know on there. That way I didn't get the 5 billion emails. Hey, you didn't log me for that park I worked you out in Maryland. It's cool because I wasn't at Maryland, but you know, and you know, here's the thing. I wasn't worried about it because 9 times out of 10 people change my spots on there anyway because you know they I don't know why they do it, but they'll change my spots and put me other places and
Even professionals do it. There you go. So shiitake mushrooms happen.
you know it's not a big deal, you know. But yeah, for somebody just to come out, well, proofreading works wonders. I was like, oh, cool. You know what else works wonders? I ain't gonna say it on YouTube, but I'd love to tell you in person. Anyway, I guess that'll be my rant for today.
Well, there's always room for more, you know.
Yeah. Well, I had something else I wanted to rant about, and I forgot about it. I don't know. I got
Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar says, "Are you QRT now?" Because I'll respond to you.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. You wanted to remind me what it was, wasn't it? Okay, so quick lesson about responsible respotting. Okay, guys. It is great. You know, I try to respot every activator. Every activator that I hunt, I try to respot them. I don't hunt that much.
Where the hell's Molson?
But when the person has been for the last 10 minutes after every call saying last call, you probably don't need to respot in that situation. But then after he puts QRT, gotta go, and then you respot, and then somebody else QRTs me again on top of that, and then somebody else respots, and then I have to go. The 3 different people QRT'd me after that, and I had to go in there and like, stop spotting me. I'm QRT. Oh my goodness! It's a crazy thing. Hey Dom, good to see you, buddy. Dom been out killing it a lot this week.
He sure has. Yeah, I've been so slammed at work, I get kind of mad when I can't even hunt them because busy doing other stuff.
You have been busy at work. You know, there's been several days. I mean, I do 6 or 7 parks, and you hunt me once or twice, and I'm like, what's with this guy?
We're still doing all the dang hurricane. Everybody thinks their problem is more important rather than somebody else's problem. But, you know.
Oh, look! Terry just popped in. You know, we gave Ken his congratulations on his kilo. We should probably congratulate Terry because Terry has retaken the 3rd place lead at his home park. So, you know, he's out there working that 3rd place spot again. I love picking on Terry. Oh.
Y'all better get in the queue. You better get in the queue so as you can, because once he retires.
Oh, he's not in front of me. I said he took the 3rd place lead.
No, I mean he might give you a run for his money. He might just stay out there for a week.
Hey, you know, he's welcome to do that. It's his home park.
Right.
I shouldn't lead somebody else's home park. Shouldn't. But you know, I technically don't even lead it. I'm 2nd place in that park because it's also Lee's home park.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm your huckleberry.
But that's fixing to change probably the next day or so. I'm just going to go ahead and lead it since everybody's fighting for third.
Might as well.
I'll take the lead since they're going to fight for third. I don't care. See, I know Terry's not going to complain because I'm busting his chops again because I can't remember what park it was the other day, but I went out and got him like 4 million QSOs there. Of course, 72 of them was on the same frequency at the same mode, but
He asked in Discord, he goes, I don't know if he heard me or not. I said, Terry, call him again to be sure.
So speaking of Terry reworking you on the same band, same mode, Terry, I correctly worked Dan at his park activation. I worked him 3 times on the same mode and the same band, and without the UTC time.
That's right. And you QRT'd rather quickly because I was going to hit you as soon as I got out of the park. I was going to call back to you and give you another contact, but you were gone before we got out of the park.
And the thing was, if people was listening to that whole, I don't know, however long that series went along, they probably thought it was the same activator, just switching call signs. It was pretty cool. We figured out how we made our own 7230, where we control it 24/7. So basically, I was activating, and Dan went park to park. Shortly after Dan went park to park, I was like, all right, last call. All right, I'm QRT. As soon as the words QRT comes out of my mouth, I hear CQ Parks in the air, CQ Parks in the air, Whiskey Delta 4, Delta Alpha November. So I immediately hit Dan with the club call. And then I left and went to another park, in which time Dan did a whole activation. And as Dan's calling the last call, I go park to park, and I work him from the new park. And then as soon as he got done, I took right back over the same frequency. And we held that frequency for a little while there.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. That beats trying to find a free frequency, that's for sure.
And the day that we did that, it was a pain to find a frequency too.
It was packed.
I know New Jersey was having a QSO party. I don't know who else, but there was a couple of them, and it was packed. So Mike is back now. He had to take a phone call. Days of Our Lives was calling him back and seeing if he could do a fill-in spot for one of his favorite soap stars.
There you go.
What do you play? Homeless Man number 7? Is that who it is?
Homeless Man Under a Bridge number 8.
No, okay. Oh, you got a promotion.
Yes, I did.
You're actually under the bridge now. Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, fun stuff.
I do have a question for you guys.
Here we go.
I'm sure this has come up, and I'm sure I've seen it. But if there is a club call, and that club call is being used on a bunch of different parks, will the POTA page spot the same call but different parks, different frequencies?
If they're doing it at a bunch of different parks, they will stroke it.
It's best to stroke it.
Or they will stroke it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they have to. So POTA is one call sign per spot. So if you have 2 people using the same call sign spotted on 2 different bands, that's going to flop back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, that's gonna.
So you have to add some kind of identifier on the end of the call sign, like a /R1 or /R2 or something like that.
But legally, that in Portugal we can't do stroke 1, stroke 2, stroke 3. It's in Portugal the only strokes we can use are stroke P and stroke M. One for
you're not gonna
for mobile.
Yeah, you're not gonna say it on the air.
You don't got to say stroke whatever on the air. But when you spot on POTA,
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so let's say all three of us is in the club and we're in Portugal, and you know that all day long when you spot on POTA that you're going to just be the main call. So you're going to be Charlie Uniform 3 Hotel Billy Bob, and so Dan will be Charlie Uniform 3 Hotel Billy Bob Stroke 1 all day long. No matter where he's spotting, he'll be Stroke 1. And then I'll be Charlie Uniform 3 Hotel Billy Bob Stroke 2. And we'll all log Charlie Uniform 3 Hotel Billy Bob. And that's what we'll log. But for POTA, now your only problem is you need to make sure that when the park-to-park people contact you, and I've had to do this many a times, when the park-to-park people, make sure and tell them, don't log the stroke.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a plan, because we are, and this is the news I had. Shout out to Terry for the 20 there.
Hey, listen, that $20 put him upside down in his bills. I can tell by his picture.
We are coming up with the Portugal POTA Day, which will be November 12th. Will be a bunch of stations out there, and we're trying to coordinate for a Portuguese call sign, which should be something like Charlie Sierra 4 POTA. So that would be, and there's a bunch of guys out there. They're going to use the same call, although it has to be different call for Azores and Madeira. We're still trying to get someone in Madeira Islands to come up, which is rare. But I should be going out there November 12th and using a Charlie Romeo something POTA. It should be something like that.
Hey man, if you got a plane ticket, I'll come.
I'm sure you would. So it'll be interesting. There'll be a bunch of stations out there putting POTA on the air in Portugal. Hopefully. Nobody runs QRP in Portugal. We all got, regular ham radios.
Listen, in Portugal, they don't mess around with that cross-dressing radio stuff.
No.
You need people that run the QR panties are people like, the PP man and stuff like that. So interesting thing.
I don't run QRP there.
So interesting thing. You said November the 12th, right?
Yes.
So the first person in the chat who tells me what day, November the 12th, 1942, what fell during the week, I'll send a sticker pack to. November 12th, 1942. First person tells me what day of the week. And you only get one guess. If I see you just guessing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. One guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody's going for that Google.
I don't care how you get the answer. I just want the first person. That's all I care about.
Wow, nobody yet.
Nobody, because they're all Googling it right now.
Who's got the fastest Google?
All right, I'll give y'all a hint. I'll give you a hint. You're having trouble. It ends in Y.
And if Terry wins, I'll send him a pair of dirty boxers.
Thursday. Will that count? Thursday?
Yeah. That'll count. Yeah, that'll count.
All right.
Thursday.
Of course, I've got to send it to Hawaii. All right, Eric, for a sticker pack.
You'll get it in Dayton next year.
That reminds me of
yeah, Eric, are you good on Dayton? So you good on QRZ? Do you good on Dayton? Look, I'm putting a day of the week instead of putting Eric.
That's fun.
All right.
What days of the week do you drink on? Today, tomorrow, Tuesday, and Sunday.
That would have been
Saturday and Sunday.
That would have been an easy win for everybody in on here, probably. The answer would have probably been yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, Eric, he said he's good on QRZ. He might try Huntsville. You would have a blast at Huntsville, brother. Come to Huntsville next year.
I don't care to send it to you to Hawaii. That ain't no big deal. I don't even. Yeah, it probably is. It probably is a international stamp, but I got them. I've got them, and hopefully they'll go out this week because I'm actually going to be trying to get out a ton of stuff in the mail this week. I've got it scheduled because
send it to them COD.
There we go, COD. You want a sticker pack? It'll just cost you $47. Yeah, if anybody else wants to win a sticker pack and pay the HRAG shipping and handling, just send me your credit card numbers and stuff like that, and we'll take care of you. It's only $47.99 shipping and handling.
That's true.
Oh.
Yeah, Eric tore up 10 meters yesterday. I mean, tore the F out of 10 meters yesterday. Awesome.
Well, I know Hawaii is the U.S., but so is Alaska, and I sent something to Alaska before, and I had to use a international stamp. And I don't know yet. Hawaii might be regular, but we'll see. We'll see what they say when they come to the post office. I don't care. For Eric, I will send him an international stamp, and then I will just silence him on a chat or something. Says speaking of Eric, I happened to see a post somewhere, and I don't even remember where I seen it. and I was getting ready to comment on it myself, and then I happened to look in top comments. And I seen Eric. Hey, do you happen to have those park numbers? Because I really would like to check that out because I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Somebody was thanking somebody for a 10 for,
and
I'm like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. And somebody further down in that same conversation said a certain somebody activates a certain set number of parks in the DC area very often, and I kind of had a chuckle.
Yeah, I know. We won't get into all that stuff.
Yeah, it says no, a 10 for was possible. I'm like, not.
Yeah. To my knowledge, there is nothing over a 5 fur in the United States.
There's a 6 fur in Wyoming.
There is a 6 fur in Wyoming. I'd like to see those numbers because I'd have to really check that one.
The Protector of the North has probably looked into that. Maybe, I don't know. I've heard there's a 6 fur in Wyoming. I know there's 5 furs. I mean, I've activated a 5 fur. I know there's 5 furs.
Yeah, there is 5 furs. There's 2 of them, maybe 3.
6 fur in Wyoming is confirmed.
Okay. Then a 6 is the most.
Yeah.
Cool. Who wants to go to Wyoming?
We stay there for a couple of days to get a kilo. That'd be 6,000 contact.
Yeah. The problem is I could by the time you go out there, if you're driving out there, by the time you get there, I could get us a kilo in 6 parks going to them individually. It's really, if you want to work a park, it's not hard to get a kilo. Like you can kilo a park in 3 days without trying. I mean, without even trying.
Yeah.
I still think you can kilo it in 24 hours. I haven't done it, but
I've done it.
But I'm sure
work it like I do during a contest.
Yeah, my average from 0 to 1,000 at a new park is about 4 to 5 activations. So yeah, I mean you could do it in 3 easy.
I mean, it's not hard, but you have to now. If you're roving, you're not going to do that.
No,
but you gotta. That's like last night. I did not kill the contacts last night because, mind you, it was like 11:30 when I was activating. But last night I said it. I was setting it apart, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4 bands, 3 of them 2 different modes. So it even to get as many contacts as I got at 11:30, 12 o'clock in the night was pretty cool.
I
I'm
mean,
still
you guys need
there's
to work that. You need to come over here and work the DX side of things.
there's still a park relatively close to me. That's actually a lot closer than the park I just went to today that I'm saving on purpose for my 0 to 1,000 attempt in a day. So.
Yeah, mine will have to be somewhere else, another state for sure.
I'm waiting until wintertime when some of the low bands start to open up just a tad more and get a little bit better.
Yeah, but you got to remember, in wintertime, 40 shuts off early.
Yeah. But 160 opens up. 160 was open last night. Oh. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you're going to find a limited amount of people that's going to hunt you on 160 for POTA.
That's true.
A lot of people will use 160, but there are more the people that would say fact checks work really good if you use them, or not fact checks. I'm not messing up here. We all know what I'm saying, what I'm getting into.
I remember when I got my first kilo, and I posted on POTA page that thanks for the kilo and so forth, and a local ham who was not very friendly to the whole POTA because it was right at the beginning that I started being manager of POTA Portugal. He came up and he's like, "How the heck did you get a kilo at that park?" And I'm like, "Because I'd worked that park before, and I just went there I got 100 QSOs just to get to a kilo." And he was like, "Is that legal?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can go back
What?
as long as you want."
Does he think
He's
you
like,
only go to him once?
"Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter. If you work that park or that reference or that place, and it's now a POTA reference. If you've done portable contacts from there, they count. And I've done flora fauna QSOs from that particular park, which was not POTA, but now is. Those count." And he did not grasp the legality of the system. So, oops. But he was all up in arms. How is it possible? It's like,
Okay. I guess it's time for my rant. Speaking of
Oh,
grasping morality of the system.
I already know where he's going.
These damn state QSO parties. If you decide to do them in a park, at least have activated the park before. Because I had to explain last night there's no less than 3 activators that were doing state QSO parties in a park. Because I called them after late shift and they said, "You're a dupe." And I said, "No, the hell I'm not. I might be a dupe for your QSO party, but I'm not a dupe for POTA. And if you start screwing these hunters out of QSOs, they're going to stop hunting you real quick. Trust me."
Well,
There's my rant.
the fact of the matter is they wouldn't care if the hunters stopped hunting them because they were doing a QSO party.
Yeah.
That's really all they really cared about. So,
but if they're going to submit the log for POTA, be mindful of the rules of the POTA program.
If
Idiots.
they submit the log for POTA.
If. Well, were they calling CQ POTA or QSO party?
Both.
Well, I was going to say I had them contacting me park to park.
Yeah.
So
then submit, idiots.
Yep.
I know what they want. They want them sweet QSOs, but they don't want to play by the rules. Yeah. Let's not go there. Shenanigans.
Yeah. It's not bad.
But did you submit, Kyle?
Oh Lord.
Now, I'm not aware of QSO parties because it's not something we do here. But do dupes ruin their score in any way?
Some contests, I guess, might penalize you for it. Some might not, but work the dupes just like Kyle said, and then
Submit them to one program, delete them for the other one.
exactly submit your raw log to POTA. Let the uploader figure it out, filter out your dupes, then send them to your contester program or aficionado, whatever the hell, you know.
I mean, if you're that worried about it, even if you don't want to use POTA to filter them out, you could always upload them to QRZ and then just re-export the file from QRZ because QRZ will knock out all the dupes.
Yeah.
Well, no, not for different times. No, it won't.
But you have something called I use a program called Adif Master.
Yeah.
You just go in there and just delete lines and you can alphabetical and it's like and it's not like you're gonna have 10,000 QSOs. You know, it's not. It's a chore for sure, but it's not like Jesus.
Yeah, I would think the contest would penalize them more for not in log, kind of contacts than dupes.
Busted calls and stuff like that. Some people. Shenanigans.
Yeah. And that was my rant. I just got tired of explaining it. I'm really not a dupe, brother. Trust me. I've been playing this game for a minute.
But the whole thing about we're still working off UTC, but I mean some people just don't get it, don't understand. I don't know. It is what it is.
Well, there shouldn't be any question. I mean, everything in the ham world should revolve around UTC. Like I went to one of the state POTA event sites because I'm putting a list together of state POTA events that obviously aren't sponsored by POTA. It's their own states that put together their own little events to go out and activate their state parks. And I ran across a couple of them that gave their start and end times in their local time. I'm like, come on, man. Thank you very much, Chris. I do need to wait to activate till you're not working on your house, don't I? It never fails. Yeah, everything in POTA should be based off of UTC. There's no reason why it's not. Makes it easier for everybody.
Alrighty. Sorry, was having technical difficulties there.
I don't know what Terry's talking about going to a George Strait concert. I haven't been following that conversation in the chat. I'm not sure.
Listen. Anybody who really hangs out with Terry knows Terry ain't never been to a Strait concert anyway.
Oh my God!
Anybody thinking about getting that new POTA coax from Messi Peloni? The 11 head.
No.
It's interesting. I'll give it that, but I would hate to see what the price of it is.
It's oh God, I know 15 meters, which is what? Oh God, I don't know that in feet, but like 30 feet is about $100, give or take.
Yeah, well,
something like that.
Nobody uses 30 feet here in the States. We use the King approved coax version of 50 foot here, Mike.
Well, maybe let me check. Maybe the 50 foot. I'll check.
Can you can you
below me?
Can you convert that to freedom units?
I'll check. Freedom units. God dang it, some bitch. Freedom units. God Dang, you're gonna
I
get
mean, it's pricey. Don't get me wrong, and
it's
I
good
I mean,
stuff.
Messi and Poloni, you're gonna get what you pay for. You're gonna get top
50 foot.
notch
Yeah, 50
stuff.
foot, $100. Like I said,
Yeah.
15 meters is $100.
And
That's
when
it.
you compare it to other reputable brands like ABR or something like that, the price isn't far off.
No.
To be
And it's
honest with you,
good stuff.
yeah, it's really good.
And it's not, this is the Flex 7, Potaflex 7, which is the 7 millimeter. They do make god dang it, some beach. They do make the Potaflex 6, which is cheaper. So the Potaflex 6 for 50 feet is about the same. It's about the same, which
Yeah,
is about $100. So you can get the pricier, but then
it's it's
yeah, 150
it's
bucks. But
yeah.
it's good cable. It comes with the winder.
Hmm.
I mean,
And
I'm probably gonna
yeah,
get
you're
some
probably
of
gonna
it
get some.
just
Yeah,
just to do a review on it.
there you go.
Uh,
Messy baloney. It's actually very good cable.
but I'll tell you, I'm quite happy with my ABR cable. I'll just tell you that much. And I'm not saying that it's not better because I don't know. I've not used it, but you know, I did tell somebody this the other night because he was asking me about Messi Poloni and he's asking me about ABR and stuff like that. And I told him, I was like, it depends on what kind of activator you are, and for what you do, whatever cable you got is fine.
Yeah.
Because if you're just one of those people who like to go out once a month, once or twice a month to your
Any
to
cable
your
will
to
do.
your local park and do an activation stuff, you don't need to spend that much money on coax.
No, definitely not.
Now, if you're the type of person who goes out all the time and stuff like that, and you're out every, I I am the podomasochist. Okay, for those of you who don't know, because you're at work, 1 o'clock during the day is the dead zone of the world for 40 meters. So typically every day at 1 o'clock, I am activating on 40 meters because all these people who will say, "Oh, the band's dead, it won't work." No, I do not get my 100 and some contacts in, but I will get 35 to 50 during that 1 o'clock
Yeah.
activation just to show people that you can go out. If you're that kind of person and you like to do that kind of stuff, yeah, better coax is going to do you some good. So it just depends on what you're doing in the POTA game. You don't got to spend a bunch of money to POTA,
Yeah, it's
but
not pay to win.
would it help? Yes.
It comes about to $100 with shipping and handling for the Potaflex 7.
You're still going on that 15-meter crap, dude.
No,
Yep.
50 feet.
Oh, okay.
Dang it,
All right.
boy. Dang it.
All right. That's better.
50 foot, which is about 15.2 meters. But 50 foot with they make great hardware. I mean, their PL 259s are amazing.
Yeah.
The cable is double shielded. I mean, somebody was talking, who was saying, KH6WI was saying that advertised. I don't care if they're advertising or not. Messi Poloni to me is one of the best coaxes out there. Yeah, ABR is good. That's fine. LMR, that's fine. But if you want a cable that's going to get trampled over, that people are going to snag because they're walking around the park with their dogs and they don't know what ham radio is, I'd go with this for sure. And then the ease and the bend radius that you can get off of it and everything. I'm sorry. I'm I'm definitely going to get about 100 foot for my tower to replace the cable that I'm using here, which is RJ 213. And this thing handles the power for sure because I'm pumping out 1500 watts.
Yeah.
And I need a good cable. And they make, RG 213 is great, but then you put a couple of summers of sunlight on it. outside, and it's going to turn to crap. And they make all weather cable, double shielded. I can't get ABR, but I can get Mesopoloni. That's all I can tell you.
And I feel Eric's pain about the time microwaves. Every jumper I have here, because I want to make sure my stuff is top notch, you know, for the amount of squigglies that I put down the line. And every jumper I have, and one of my 2 runs outdoors are times microwave, and that's not cheap stuff.
And you'll see guys out there, and I'm not saying anything. The PP, the QR PPs, with they're running their rigs with RG58, thinking that's not going to help you. You gotta use the cable that's gonna put the least amount of attenuation on those microvolts that you're putting out there, and but they think they're doing God's work out there. So
Terry just put PP Man activation during the stream. If you do go hunt PP Man right now, make sure and make him work, and tell him you can barely hear him because the stream is on in the background.
Larry, I don't know if anybody's actually done any testing for that, but I will say there is a huge difference between solid core and stranded core.
Yeah,
okay, if you're running solid core,
definitely
you're not going to like it. It'll break on you. So run stranded core for POTA stuff. Actually, all of my stuff's stranded core. I don't have any solid core.
They say we have carefully tested this cable to evaluate its performance after 100 widenings and 100 unwindings, obtaining 0 variations. These results are guaranteed, especially in combination with our POTA speed, which is their proprietary roll or whatever not, which ensures that the minimum bending radius is always respected, which is important.
Yep.
You're not going to grab a cable, any cable, and just bend it to the extreme. If you keep bending it like this, it's going to go. I don't care what cable it is.
Yep.
But if you keep a coil simple enough, yeah, it'll survive. And if they have the winder specially built for that radius, that when it stand at least 100, and I want to see most of these guys out there doing more than 100 POTA activations. Ran over. I trust them. And because I've talked to many non-POTA guys out there who are DX contesters and DX men, and they swear by it like it's secret sauce. So, yep, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all he's got to say about that.
And I don't get any commissions, nor do I have any affiliate links for this stuff. You buy whatever you want.
Me
But
personally,
is it expensive? Buy once, cry once.
yeah, me personally, my home setup, I use times microwave for 90% of it, and for POTA, it's ABR. But I wouldn't be. I mean, I'll try the messy employment stuff. I've heard nothing but good stuff about it.
Yeah. It's not made in USA, but hey,
Yeah.
sorry. But it is like people sometimes it's more expensive. Like I've always, buy once, cry once.
Yep.
We our hobby is, yes, if you have the money, you have the better equipment, doesn't make you a better operator, for sure. But does it help? Yes. But it's not the end all win all. Sometimes you have to be at the right place at the right time, and doesn't matter how much money you put into your equipment. If you're not there at the right time, you miss it. And as a DX man, I've lost plenty of opportunities to work that far away DX because I wasn't there at the time. Shout out to Micronesia for the new DXCC I got this week, so thank you. But almost to 280, guys. So
Nice.
I don't think I'm gonna get to 300 this year, but it's a work in progress. It's a marathon, and POTA has brought out something very nice in ham radio. It's gotten us out there in the field. like like James every day out there, but it's only one part of being of ham radio. There's stuff in ham radio for all of us. I mean, like some like me, like POTA and DX. Some might like super high frequency and satellite work. There's a place for everybody. So, but I think the most important thing is have fun out there. Enough rant. I'm drawing straws right now. So speak.
It's very productive. I think we all three had a rant today.
There you go. God dang it.
I want to know. I want to know more about just drawing straws. Are you drawing them as in drawing cards, or are you drawing them as in with a pencil? Oh, funny stuff. All right, so we are coming up on the top of the hour, and we'll start working our way out of here because we all know that I'm heading to a POTA park and going to do an early and late shift because that's what I do. And but Mike, what you got coming up?
Just still working. Already gotten my plane tickets to work that contest at the end of October, and ramping up for Portugal POTA Day, which is there's a lot of logistics on my side for the manager side of it, but just having fun every day. One a day. That's
There
my
you go.
goal. One a day.
There you go. And Dan, what about yourself?
Hunt some POTA parks. The South Carolina event ends at 2300 Zulu. So what is that? 8 minutes. So good. If you're missing any, you might want to hurry the hell up.
There you go.
Do some more activating this weekend.
And for myself, getting ready to head out to the world famous Kilo 1810. I say world famous because it is the most activated park in West Virginia.
I think I need that park.
Yeah, you probably do need that park. I'm sure you do. You know, it never ceases to amazes me. Every now and then I'll get somebody like, thanks for the new park. And I'm like, did you just start?
I tell you that all the time.
Yeah, I know you tell me that all the time. but you ain't telling the truth. But yeah, I'm going out to do that. And other than that, I got a lot of stuff that I'm going to be working on this week for the channel, as well as it's that time of the year. So, you know, we're kind of off of the 3 a day activations and more upwards of the 5 and 6 and 7 a day activating times now. So it's a fun time of the year for sure for me. Wednesday I'll be streaming. Thursday I'll be releasing a video at 4:00. And other than that, go check out. I think it's Charlie tonight. If not, it's Tank. And Jason and Kyle will be streaming at 8:00 Eastern time. Don't listen to them saying they're Central Standard Time. It's 8:00 Eastern Time, the only time there is besides UTC. All right, thank you very much for the donation. Speaking of donations, M Radio over to Coax. Thank you very much for that one, and I appreciate you. And we'll be heading out to the park, guys. 73, everybody.
3.